milk and almond milk. 2 drinks. 1 question. What really happens inside your body after you drink them? Every day, millions of people around the world start their morning with milk. Some add it to tea. Some pour it over cereal. Some drink it straight from a glass. At the same time, millions of others choose almond milk because it is plant-based, because it is lighter, or because dairy does not suit their body. But very few people actually understand what happens inside their body after these drinks enter the system. Today, we are going inside the human body to explore the real internal effects of dairy milk versus almond milk. This is not about trends. This is not about opinions. This is about digestion, blood, organs, energy, bones, muscles, and overall health. Let's begin from the very first sip. The moment milk enters your mouth, digestion already begins. Saliva mixes with the liquid, and enzymes prepare it for the stomach. Dairy milk is a complex food, contains proteins, fats, sugars, vitamins, and minerals all combined into one liquid. As you swallow, milk travels down the esophagus and reaches the stomach. Inside the stomach, strong acids and digestive enzymes immediately react with milk proteins, especially a protein called casein. This reaction causes milk to thicken. Digestion slows down. This is why milk keeps you full for a longer time. Your stomach takes longer to empty its contents. For some people, this slow digestion feels comforting. They feel satisfied. They feel energized. But for others, this is where problems begin. Milk contains a natural sugar called lactose. To digest lactose, the human body needs an enzyme called lactase. When lactase levels are high, lactose is broken down smoothly into glucose and galactose, which are absorbed into the bloodstream and used for energy. However, many adults produce very little lactase. When lactose is not digested properly, it passes into the large intestine. Their gut bacteria ferment it. This fermentation produces gas. It draws water into the intestines, and it can cause bloating, cramps, discomfort, and diarrhea. This condition is known as lactose intolerance. It is not a disease. It is simply a natural change in the human digestive system. Now let's look deeper. Inside the stomach and intestines, dairy milk digestion is slow because of fat and protein content. Fat delays stomach emptying. Protein takes time to break down. This means milk provides long-lasting energy, but it also places a higher demand on the digestive system. Next, milk nutrients enter the small intestine. Here, calcium, vitamin B12, and amino acids are absorbed into the blood. Calcium from dairy milk is naturally well absorbed. It travels through the bloodstream to bones and teeth. Over time, this supports bone density and skeletal strength. Protein from milk is broken into amino acids. These amino acids are used to repair muscles, build tissues, and support the immune system. This is why milk is often recommended for growing children and physically active adults. But milk also contains saturated fat in moderate amounts. This is not harmful, but excessive intake can increase LDL cholesterol in some individuals. Now let's shift our focus to almond milk. Almond milk is very different. It is made by blending almonds with water, then filtering the liquid. Unlike dairy milk, almond milk contains no lactose, no animal protein, and no cholesterol. When almond milk enters the mouth and travels to the stomach, the digestive response is gentler. There is no protein thickening. There is very little fat. The stomach processes it quickly. Almond milk passes through the digestive system faster, causing less strain. For people with sensitive digestion, this feels lighter. There is less bloating, less heaviness. Because almond milk contains no lactose, there is no fermentation in the intestines. This makes almond milk a safer option for lactose-intolerant individuals. However, almond milk contains very little protein. Protein is essential for muscle maintenance, hormone production, and metabolic health. This means almond milk does not support muscle repair in the same way dairy milk does. Now let's compare energy levels. Dairy milk provides slow, steady energy because digestion takes longer. Almond milk provides lighter, quicker digestion, but less lasting fullness. This difference becomes important depending on lifestyle. Athletes, manual workers, and growing teenagers may benefit more from dairy milk. People focused on weight control, digestive comfort, or plant-based diets may prefer almond milk. Next, let's talk about bones. Bones are living tissue. They constantly break down and rebuild. Calcium and vitamin D are essential for this process. Dairy milk naturally contains calcium. It is easily absorbed and directly supports bones. Almond milk does not naturally contain calcium. Most brands add calcium artificially. This added calcium can still support bones, but absorption depends on formulation and vitamin D content. Now let's look at the heart. Almond milk contains unsaturated fats. These fats support heart health and help maintain healthy blood vessels. Dairy milk contains saturated fats. In moderation, they are acceptable. In excess, they may contribute to cardiovascular risk in some individuals. Inside the bloodstream, almond milk supports smoother blood flow. Dairy milk requires balance and portion control. Finally, let's look at inflammation. and gut health. Some people experience inflammation or mucus production after consuming dairy. This response varies greatly between individuals. Almond milk generally causes less inflammatory response and is easier on the gut. So which one is better? There is no single answer. Dairy milk supports protein intake, bone strength, and long-lasting energy. Almond milk supports digestion, heart health, and calorie control. Inside your body, they behave very differently. The best choice is the one your body tolerates best, digests comfortably, and supports your lifestyle. Understanding your body is more important than following trends. This is what really happens inside your body. Now let's go even deeper and explore what happens at the hormonal and cellular level. Every time you eat or drink, your body releases hormones. These hormones decide how nutrients are stored, used, or burned. One of the most important hormones is insulin. Insulin controls blood sugar levels and energy storage. When you drink dairy milk, the natural sugar lactose is broken down into glucose. This causes a moderate rise in blood sugar levels. In response, the pancreas releases insulin. Insulin allows glucose to enter cells and be used for energy. Because milk also contains protein, especially whey, it triggers a stronger insulin response than many people expect. This is not necessarily bad. For active individuals, this insulin response helps move nutrients into muscles and supports recovery. However, for people with insulin resistance or metabolic issues, frequent high insulin spikes